Welcome back to Embrace Life and Thrive with Sabrina for episode number 3, talking about and answering the question, does your body feel safe? This is important for healing and overall health and wellness. So when the body perceives that there's a threat, this activates the fight or flight response to trigger the release of hormones, adrenaline, and cortisol to help your body react to get past the threat. So if a bear is chasing after you, your body will know that it is under threat, and your body will respond by increasing production of adrenaline and cortisol to help your heart rate increase, help your muscles work well to be able to run away and get out of that situation. So like I said, this is helpful in short term, in immediate danger. But oftentimes our body stays in this stress response, and it's activated throughout the day during everyday stressors. And over time, the body gets the signal that it is not safe. So stress increases the risk of illness because the body is getting the signal that is not safe, and so it has to protect itself. It needs to focus on what's most important. And right now, that is not healing usually. So therefore, it is very important to lower stress in our lives because it is more difficult for the body to heal and to create balance when it feels under threat. So risks of health problems that we can see with chronic stress is high blood pressure, heart disease, diabetes, obesity, depression, anxiety, skin problems, menstrual problems, hormone imbalances, just an array of things. Not to mention having trouble sleeping at night, which not sleeping well at night causes its own issues. It causes, increased risk of diabetes, insulin resistance, hormone imbalances. So, a lot is involved in this. So, reasons the body might not feel safe: past trauma, current environmental stressors, the beliefs about ourselves and about the world around us and what's happening in the world, experiences of rejection or failure or vulnerability. Health issues, very stressful, especially when you are trying to do all you can and you're not seeing results. And the longer it goes, the harder you're working, it can just become really stressful. Undereating, and so much more. So it is important to identify the triggers of stress to be able to decrease stress. So symptoms of feeling unsafe that you can assess in yourself: increased heart rate, hyperalertness, dizziness, headaches, shortness of breath, fatigue, upset stomach, insomnia, weight gain or loss. Some people lose weight with high cortisol and high stress, but majority of people gain weight, muscle tension, and a slew of other things. So decreasing stress is very crucial to optimizing health. So focusing on turning off the stress response and activating the relaxation and calm response as much as possible will help with healing and wellness. So there's a few actions that you can take to consciously identify your stress triggers and to put an action plan to lower those, to maybe remove those stressors out of your life and to lower the stress response and activate that stress or that relaxation response, the parasympathetic nervous system. So number 1 is eating enough. It is so important to make sure you're properly nourishing yourself on and off the plate. So just as important it is to make sure you're getting nutrients through your food, it is important to make sure you're feeding and nourishing yourself off the plate. And that's through your daily activities, where you work, your work environment, your family environment, your home environment, just everything around and you're involved in your life is considered primary food, which is mostly feeding our souls and our bodies and helping us and influencing us to whether or not we will heal or not. And then secondary food is what we're putting on our plate. So eating enough is very important to giving your body the signal that it is safe, that it can take its energy in healing the imbalances and healing the chronic illness. So you want to make sure that you're not skipping meals and that you're getting enough protein and carbs and fats and micronutrients and minerals and vitamins and all the things your body needs to function properly. I think it's also often missed. In order for our vehicle to work properly, we have to make sure it has oil change and has all the fluids it needs, and make sure it has enough gas or diesel, depending on what kind of vehicle you have, for it to run correctly. It needs new brakes, it needs new tires, it needs new spark plugs, it needs all these things to function properly. And oftentimes I think we forget that what we're feeding our body's going to be using to be able to function. And if we're not giving our body what it needs to function properly, then we're going to experience less than optimal health. And while it is true that you can be doing everything you possibly can to try and give your body what it needs to heal, and yet it's still struggling, that is time to reevaluate what's going on in your body, and if what you're doing, the approach you're doing, is working for your bio individual needs. Everyone's different, and so what works for one person may not work for you, and what may work for you may not work for somebody else. So it's important to be able to evaluate what your specific bio individual needs are to be able to create the right action plan for you to get your health goals and your outcomes that you're wanting. Focus on finding joy in your meals. It can be very challenging, especially if you have removed certain foods out of your diet to help you on your health journey. So it's helpful to take joy in what you can eat and be creative with your meals. So you want to make sure that you eat breakfast every morning as much as possible within an hour of awakening. This helps your body break that fast over the night and give the signal that we're safe, there's enough food here, and the cortisol and everything, all your hormones can function properly. Your metabolism can get kick-started. So it's very important. Another one is the 4-7-8 breathing technique, which this activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which helps the body relax. It slows the heart rate and improves the digestion and lowers the stress hormones, especially cortisol. So this tells the body, it just you do it for just a moment, and it tells the body that we're safe. You can let go, you can relax, you can chill, and bring all that stress down to help with the healing process. So the 4-7-8 breathing technique, I'm sure you've heard about it before, but it is where you breathe out all the air out of your lungs through your mouth, then you breathe in through your nose for a count of 4, and you hold it for a count of 7, and then you breathe out through your mouth for a count of 8. And you do this twice a day and 4 times in a row. Find a quiet place where you can just sit comfortably and just have a moment to recharge. I wouldn't do this while you're driving at first, maybe after some practice, because some people feel dizzy when they're doing this because they're not properly breathing, and just breathing in more oxygen can make them dizzy. So this is really helpful to just recenter and activate the parasympathetic nervous system to activate relaxation. Grounding technique. This is very helpful, and this is where you use all your senses to help focus on the present and relieve stress and anxiety. So the best way to do this is to walk barefoot outside, taking it slow and take deep breaths. You can do the 4-7-8 breathing technique here. And you just want to notice what you see, what you hear, what you smell, and how the ground feels or grass feels underneath your feet. Another way you can ground is there's grounding mats and grounding sheets that you can do as well. But the best way is on the earth. God has already given us everything we need for healing. Physical activities is an act of self-love and self-care because it can help lower stress, and it can get your body moving, increasing blood flow and heart rate and circulating energy throughout your body. It releases endorphins, the feel good hormones, and so it can just boost your mood and just let that stress, melt away. So when you're thinking about physical activity, exercise in of itself is a stressor for the body. So you want to make sure that you're picking an exercise or physical activity that aligns with where you are right now. If you are somebody that already has a lot of stress and your cortisol is high, especially looking at blood work, you want to pick something that is more slow and something that's not going to really raise your heart rate up. So walking is excellent. Pilates and stretching, those are excellent lower impact exercises that will get your body moving and give you the same benefits of exercise while still supporting your body and letting it know that it is safe. Other ways are lifting weights, dancing, swimming, hula hooping, yoga, Pilates, Zumba, and rebounding. Anything that you enjoy, but keeping in mind that it is a stressor to your body. And so to lower the stress in your body, pick something that is not going to stress your body too much. I personally love walking and Pilates. Those are two that I choose, as well as rebounding. Doing 5 to 10 minutes of rebounding when I can is really helpful as well to boost your immune system. Another action you can take is morning pages or any type of journaling. It's just to express yourself. You can write everything that comes to your mind, just brain dump on paper and either keep it or get rid of it, but just express everything you're feeling and not to suppress your emotions, to express yourself. This will help with stress and anxiety because oftentimes we have things we want to share that we're going through or opinions that we have, and we may not always feel that we have the freedom to do so. So it's important to make time to express yourself, even if it's just writing. Or if you're not much of a writer, you want to do the vocal recording, you can do vocal journal where you're just talking to your recording device and just express yourself. Another way of expression is praying, is talking to God just all throughout the day to help you in every little things that you're doing, for guidance, for comfort, for strength. And that is real stress reliever as well. Just knowing that his strength is perfect in our weakness, and he's always there and we can always go to him for strength and guidance. Because a lot of stress comes from just not knowing what to do in life, or feeling like we're all alone, or we just don't have answers for things, it's not going our way, or we don't know how we're going to solve this problem or get through this hard patch. But knowing that he's always there and he's a sustaining power and grace and love is a stress reliever. Just to recap, your body needs to feel safe to truly heal. So it is important to identify your stress triggers and consciously take time to invest in you, to give your body the message that it is safe and it can focus and put its energy on healing and not just in survival. So focus on nourishing yourself on the plate and off the plate by making sure that you're eating enough. You can do the breathing techniques, the grounding techniques, move your body, and express yourself. And anything else that you enjoy doing that promotes calmness in your life. This will give your body the message that it is safe and that it can heal. So I think that about wraps it up for today. So as always, this podcast is for informational and educational purposes only and should not be used as a substitute for medical advice. But thanks for joining me. If you enjoy this episode, please hit that subscribe button, share with a friend, and leave a review on your preferred platform. I'd love to hear your thoughts. So until next time, embrace life and thrive where God has planted you right now.